Alice, say, what did you do? See, that's the bunny people. They also live for a really long time.
What's happening over there?
They live for like 600. It's voiced. I didn't expect that so soon.
It's nearly time.
Uh-oh. Bunny! You'll probably see some. And you'll see Aaronville. He's here. Alright, we got sacrifices to make. We gotta get sacrificed. Yeah, see? You can see them on the screen right here. Bunny people.
I'm glad you could make it.
What's happening? Somebody about to die? Oh! Wait, is that...
Are you with us?
No!
Queen Sphene has come to see you.
Who is that? No, that can't be. Is that Wuklamat's nursemaid? Is that Peshawar? It is! No!
We're here, NAMIKKA.
It's NAMIKKA, no!
Everything is going to be alright.
That's Wuklamat's nursemaid. She got stuck here.
Oh,
Oh, man.
What's the matter, dear?
She was already like 60. This woman's like 90 years old now.
it can't be.
Man, this woman got the shit into the stick, didn't she? She got robbed before she came here, and then she got stuck here for 30 years. Like I said, timey-wimey.
You know her?
Of course I know her. She was like a mother to me.
I mean, Golul didn't have a wife,
see.
so...
She was always willing to lend a kindly ear to others, but rarely did she ever speak of herself.
NAMIKKA's a human, so she only has a normal lifespan of like 80 to 100.
Is it
Or
really
70 to
you?
90, probably, about.
She must have arrived shortly before the barrier manifested. For us, it was perhaps days, but for her...
Man, we're gonna have a crying expect
NAMIKKA,
again.
it's me. Wuklamat.
I'm afraid her time with us
She's gotta be
is
like 100.
nearly at an end.
Stop! No! This is such a bad timing! Stop, Kiari!
Has she no more soul cells?
She always used hers sparingly, but at her age,
What are soul
it wouldn't make
cells?
a difference.
Ma'am, the ushers have arrived.
What are soul cells? She's gotta be a Ascian. I'm almost positive she is.
Thank you, NAMIKKA, for your many years of friendship. Take comfort
They
in the
really are
knowledge
using
that this
souls
is
as
not the
fucking
end.
batteries, aren't they?
Be not afraid. Your memory will live on. In us.
Living on in memory. The giants share a similar belief.
Wait, where are you taking her?
Worry not. She is being escorted to a medical facility in the tower.
They're probably
There
using their
we will
souls as
ease her
batteries.
burden. I had hoped to make arrangements for her sooner, but she wished to remain here for as long as
She
possible.
was waiting for
I
Wuklamat.
could not bring myself to refuse her.
Is there any way I might stay with her for a little while longer? We may not share the same blood, but she was my mother. Please.
Let us give them some time alone.
At least they weren't being assholes about it. They're like, yeah, of course. Like, I figured that dude, like, no, we're supposed to go now. And it's like, no, give us some time alone for a second. I'm assuming Wuck wants us here because she does want us to stay in the country with her. As, like, I'm assuming her, like, her personal guard or whatever. Oh, I guess she does want us to leave. Wuck Lamont asked us to stay. But, like, she's like, I'm not gonna make you, but if you want to stay here. And she didn't tell us, like, what role we'd have.
She didn't speak, but I'm grateful that I could be with her at the end.
It was sad,
Thank
damn.
you.
It's not the end.
What? Yeah, what's going on?
Huh?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking
Yeah, tell
that
us
we
what
have
the
much
deal
to
is. Like, what's
discuss.
going on?
Where shall we begin?
With what we can be reasonably certain of, perhaps. Between what we have witnessed and the testimony of Alexandria's inhabitants, it's safe to say that two distinct lands have indeed become one. What's more, having met NAMIKKA, there is no denying the divergence in the passage of time. Taken together, these phenomena strongly suggest that some manner of cross-rift displacement has occurred.
He would know. He got sucked into the
Specifically,
first.
the displacement of Alexandria from another reflection to the source.
It does seem the most likely explanation.
What perplexes me,
Yeah,
however,
he was.
is the
He's kind of the whole
scale
reason
of
we
said
know this thing is
displacement.
bang.
It far exceeds what could conceivably be achieved with a void gate,
Okay.
or even with the
So-
crystal tower.
In the third expansion, the third expansion, at the end of it, we get our friends start going unconscious. I don't know why. We end up getting sucked into another dimension, and that's when we find out all this shit that went down. Turns out, the country that we were fighting up against at the time was going to release a toxic, like a neurotoxin, effectively, and just stop the flow of ether in bodies, in people's bodies, so, like, effectively just kill them without damaging them. And so it was like a dark aligned ether. So then, come to find out, in the chemical warfare, but in the first, they were getting a flood of light ether, which was stagnating everything. It was like a literal ocean wave of energy, and it stops because somebody on the first could stop it. On Source, which is where we're at, there was a tower that we knew had a form of dimensional travel because it was part of the 13th at one point. During a raid, we go with him to investigate, and he locks himself in, going, I'm going to stay here until it's needed. We find out on the first that years in the future of the Source, that they figured out a way to send the tower to the first, and then he's in the first in the tower, he brings us and our friends into the first to solve the problem from the past. So we were in the past, he's in the future, and then the timelines merged. And so then we brought him at the end of the into the third expansion, into the fourth expansion. At the end of that, we ended up, into the fourth expansion, we managed to bring, the tower stayed, we got him back. So we brought him back to this part of the timeline, because we took his memories and his soul from the Source. This is 6. This is expansion number. I'm on expansion 6 right now. So we took his soul from the first and brought it to his body on the first, on the Source, combined it with the soul of the Source, and so it's the body of the Source, but the mind and the soul of the first. Yeah, it's like we combine two people into one. It's the same guy. We combine 2 different timeline points for him and put them into one body, and now he's with us. That cried when he sacrifices himself at the end of the expansion. I fucking bawled. I was crying Because he was like, because he knows we're gonna get him out, but it still hurts. Because you don't know. God, it was so beautiful. Like, the person who wrote that story also wrote Endwalker. Didn't write this one. She's like, I'm done writing. I'm done writing this. I'm gonna take a backseat role now. She writes all the best stories, and like all the side stories that everybody's like, this is the best story. This is the best one in this expansion. She writes all of them. She literally is the best writer. Oh no, I fucking bawled. I don't have my
we are dealing with a localized instance of dimensional compression.
Yeah, I don't have the
Ascians would no doubt liken it to a rejoining.
I don't have the footage for that though.
Which invites the question.
How
was such a feat accomplished?
That kind of thing. Because it's all fresh in my mind because I did the raid like a couple months earlier.
Reflections and
so I know life this game during COVID.
My understanding.
It's like I remember.
I can only tell you that we lived peacefully under the barrier's protection.
Because you're not required to do the raid. You weren't at the time. Now you're required to do the first raid.
Until the day that peace.
It's just not hard. The first raid is dog easy. It's dog shit easy. But
if I may clarify,
he's actually from this sort, from this reflection. We didn't know that till now. She didn't know that till now. She was like, "Oh fuck."
By several hundred years.
I'm not from the source.
To when the continent we call home was ravaged by a devastating cataclysm.
Which means it wasn't
the barrier was erected to isolate us from the surrounding land's innocuous influence.
What element was this? Earth?
And it was only later that it was whisked
Which means
away,
that it was during our lightning, which means it was their Earth, because it was the opposite, and Earth is the opposite of light.
In other words, Sphene's as lost as the rest of us, right? The Alexandrians didn't mean to end up in Tural.
But of course, our next stop ought to be.
I don't trust her ass. I don't trust Sphene at all. I feel like Sphene.
Once you have been registered as my guest, you will have access to Solution 9.
Plus, we literally killed a child right before. We killed a child sacrifice right before this guy got sealed, so it made it even sadder. Because it wasn't like a we must kill him. It's like we have to. It sucks.
I cannot take you directly to where Zoraljar resides.
He was a child sacrifice willingly. He willingly sacrificed himself.
Let us in it all,
and it was just over the millennia, he forgot his role.
Content to let Zoraljar
he forgot his role because it was so long. He was like, why am I still doing this? And we just kind of put him out of his misery at that point.
I've come to avenge my father. And to do so, I intend to take Zoraljar's life. Are you willing to stand by and allow Alexandria's king to be slain?
A fair question. Permit me to answer it thus. My people come first.
I mean, that's
Their
valid.
welfare is paramount.
That's fair.
I will do everything in my power to keep them from harm.
Okay.
It is a ruler's duty. Now, I am off to register you at Everkeep. It may take some time, but you shall find the entrance open to you in due course. Oh, and ere I forget, your mother, Kafkiwa, you might try the Thunder Yards to the east.
Oh, good. His mom's still alive.
The Thunder Yards? Is that where she is?
I am afraid I can say no more than that. Make for the Thunder Yards, and all will be made clear.
So, because the Vera/Shatona, it's just wherever you're at in the world, the bunny people, they live for a long time. Like, I'm pretty sure their average lifespan's like 700. So, what the hell is happening here? I don't want to know what that thing is.
It's not as if we have other pressing business. Not until we can get into this Everkeep anyway.
So, his mom being here 30 years probably isn't that big of a deal.
Thank you for earlier. And for being a friend to NAMIKKA these past 30 years. It means a lot to me.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. So, Zoral got killed. The older brother we saw die.
I'm sorry, but I don't know who you mean.
Huh? What? That's not good.
What? We were just
You literally
with
just
her.
saw her.
If this is some sort of a joke, it isn't funny.
I don't mean to give offense, but I honestly have no idea who you are talking about.
I do notice
I'm
the queen doesn't
sorry.
have one of these.
How can you not know who she is? You're in charge here. She was under your care.
Then in all likelihood, my memories of her have been stored in the cloud.
What the fuck? What kind of Microsoft bullshit is this? They have a cloud computer attached to their
Any
head.
person seemingly forgotten without reason
What
is
kind of
probably
Elon
there,
Musk
in the
AI
cloud.
bro, tech bro BS we got going on
I really
here?
must be getting back to work. If you'll
Elon
excuse
Musk
me.
is running this shit now. His memory of her got stored in the cloud. Man's got a computer chip in his brain. They're all looking at the cloud like, what? That's the cloud. It's a physical. He got that Elon Musk brain implant. Oh my god. That is what's happening.